It's Grind City Media, and the 2019 HBCU football season is officially a wrap. North Carolina A&T does the prolific three-peat, 3 straight HBCU national champions, and they do it in record-breaking fashion. Here in Atlanta, they chanted at the end of the game, you can't spell ATL without A&T. So you know what that means when it comes to these guys. It's Michael Wallace, my man Donal Ware. We've been with you all throughout this HBCU season. And Donald, a 64-44 victory on Saturday to cap this whole thing and do it in three-peat fashion. What does that say about the dynasty that the A&T Aggies have put together over the second half of this decade?
You know what it means, Mike? They're not done. That's the thing. A bunch of, really a good bunch of players that are coming back. I think in this football game, Khalil Carter was absolutely dominant back in his hometown. 6 touchdown passes, almost 100 yards rushing, well in excess of 300 yards passing. So this was a big-time football game. I think the last three-peat and it's been so long. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a three-peat, but A&T has gotten it done to close out the decade.
And I don't even want to put this on the same plane as anybody else because they've done it in unique fashion. Right. They've had a coaching change, one passing off the torch. They've had quarterbacks come and go, different running backs, NFL-type talent coming throughout the program. So they've been the mark of consistency. And one of the things that Sam Washington, coach, said was that, listen, we're humble, but we're hungry. This team is definitely going to maintain their hunger. And speaking of humbled and hungry, I guess we're on the other side of that coin. There's one team out there down in Tallahassee, Florida, that can stake their claim, and they've already held their championship parade.
I know.
How much of that is legit, and does FAMU really have a case to be made that because they beat A&T earlier this season, they did finish with the better MEAC record, but NCAA sanctions held them back from this year as under the self-imposed penalty there. Do they have a claim at all to say, hey, we're national champions too?
I mean, they have a case they have a case. I mean, I think they have a case. The loss to Bethune hurt. I mean, they would have more of a case had they not lost to Bethune to end the season. I think when you look at the coaches poll, you look at the media poll, the coaches in the media have spoken prior to this game that A&T and Alcorn State are 1 and 2. So they'll just have to wait till next year when they're eligible for the MEAC championship, eligible for the Celebration Bowl. FAMU's going to be very, very good next year. You got a freshman quarterback that played this year. Yeah. They're going to be very, very good next year.
I think they're going to be good too, but they also had a chance to do it on the field. And like you said, they lost to Bethune-Cookman with all the marbles on the table. They could have finished #1 in the poll. They wouldn't have been HBCU national champion on the field, which A&T has that. So listen, Donald, as we wrap up from Atlanta for another 2019 season, we're heading into a new decade. 2020, Grambling State University opens the MEAC SWAC Challenge against South Carolina State. Should we go ahead and book? We know we're going to be there in September. Should we go ahead and book A&T back in this very arena, this very field, Mercedes-Benz Stadium again next December 2020?
I wouldn't book them because I really like Florida. I like what Willie Simmons is doing. The Rattlers beat A&T in Tallahassee. I don't want to say fair and square because A&T had lost 2 of its bigger players to suspension in that game. But it was a good win by Florida A&M. I think those 2 will be back. South Carolina State's going to be very good too. You look at the SWAC side, Grambling. Grambling's going to be good. I like Alcorn State again. I think that they have to be the favorites, sort of coming back. So I'm not going to book A&T, but I think A&T has as good an opportunity to be here as anybody else.
Well, I'll close it as we open it. Look. As A&T's player said, and you're the play-by-play guy for A&T, as well as the curator of the Box to Row polls, coaches, and media. Listen, you can't spell ATL without A&T. So they got it done. Congratulations to North Carolina A&T three-peating. We've seen the dynasty. They've been a pleasure to cover. For Donal Ware, I'm Michael Wallace. Keep it locked on all of our content at Grind City Media.